Craft brews and casual conversations. It is a cold, dark, bit of a treacherous, that's all, folks. Evening. It's windy. It's been raining all day in the great state of Wisconsin, the state that I currently reside in, and across the way down yonder, is another man who I'm looking at in a tank top. When he first entered, it looked like he was eating, I don't know, a bowl of melted queso or something. I don't know what he was doing, but he's got headphones on, a gray tank top, and he really looks like he could fit in the community that I live in, the one from like down the road. But really he's in California, and it's just really warm. His name is Rob.
I am Rob, and it is hot.
It is hot.
And you can cue it.
Hot like your body.
So I wore this tank top.
Dudes with Brews on a Porch presents to you another edition of Strange Brews, Conspiracies, Murder, Ghost Stories, Aliens. They're all coming to get you, my dears.
All right, we're getting a little strange brewy up in this house. Got some unusual different things to speak upon. One of them being a topic that we're kind of a part of. We kind of created, we kind of formed, but it's not so secret. The Porch Pint Society, of course, is what I'm talking about. The society of podcast listeners of Dudes with Brews on a Porch, a society in which we embrace delicious suds. It can be beer, it could be bourbon, it can be a root beer, but we have some information on ones that are a little more secret, ones that maybe don't always want to have this kind of attention. But first, we dive into what I'm drinking. Rob's not drinking a beer right now. His is currently sitting in the freezer because it's so hot. It warmed up on his
journey home. Let's call it that.
His commute home, right. So I am drinking another delicious variant of Peneloe Bourbon. I have the Penelope Valencia, a distinctive bourbon from Penelope's Bourbon's Cooper series, renowned for its innovative cask finishes. This expression is a 4-grain straight bourbon finish in Vino de Naranja cask, Spanish orange wine barrels that impart a unique citrus character. The mash bill, 75% corn, 15% wheat, 7% rye, 3% malted barley, aged 4 to 5 years, finished approximately 12 months in Vino de Naranja casks from Spain. 97 proof, 48.5% ABV. Limited availability. Hard to find, but you will have bold aromas of orange cream, bubblegum, baking spices, and burnt orange rinds. With a palate, flavors of burnt orange, floral notes, French vanilla, and a touch of pepper. The finish is a medium to long with notes of baking spices, white pepper, walnuts, and a hint of bitterness, reminiscent of an old-fashioned cocktail. I have batch 3. That's the bottle that mine is. Batch 3. An early batch of this delicious stuff. It has a sweet smell to it when I put it up my schnoz and take a whiff like a bougie bitch.
Yeah, you are so freaking snooty with your goddamn bourbon. Cast 3. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say other than
batch 3, Rob. Not cast 3.
I'm sorry, batch 3. Batch 3.
Right. A little different.
Yeah.
It does have that citrus kick to it. smooth, my friend. And if anyone really knows me on on a deep personal level, they know that I am a bitch for citrus. I love the citrus. The citri, many citruses.
The citry.
The citri.
Yes.
It's good. It's smooth. The citrus forward.
Who's calling me? That guy's got to wait.
Brings
Sorry
me-
about that.
Yeah, you should be. I had to sit in line for a long time to get my hands on that. And I also got my hands on another bottle that same night, or that same morning, I should say.
Is that your Penelope?
This Penelope I got. No, then I got
This is Penelope. Okay.
I got a bottle of E.H. Taylor single barrel, which is really hard to find, at least around here. Yeah.
I haven't gotten to a liquor store or to a good place for a while that has bottles for sale.
Yeah. It's all good. So that's what I have. So far so good. Delicious.
Yep.
I enjoy it. We are going to talk about some things, Rob.
That's good because I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to rehydrate, and I mean the bike ride home was I hit maybe halfway, and my mouth was completely like I could feel the fluids just being like pulled out of me.
Yeah.
It's a long bike ride, so I apologize for my lackluster
It's okay.
demeanor.
I get to look at your radiant body in tank top form. I myself,
Not many people see this.
I'm very lethargic. I'm very tired. I actually took a nap before we started. I was sleeping. I had an alarm set because I knew I was snoozing. So be careful with that bottle. You can really hear the crunch of it.
I'm really trying to, but I can't hear with my headphones on. So thank you for keeping me in check.
You're welcome. But
Cheap Kirkland water bottles. The water goes down good, but the bottle implodes upon itself when any liquid substance is taken away from its structural integrity.
yeah, it just makes a lot of noise, but that's all right.
I'm really sorry about that, listeners. You're gonna have to deal with it though, because I'm gonna drink more water.
All right.
It's over 80. It's over 80 degrees in my house right now, and because I grew up in Wisconsin, I'm not turning on the AC. I'm not gonna do it.
A fun fact, I did have the AC turned on, and then I had to turn it off and turn the heat back on.
That's like the biggest sacrilege there is. You never turn on the AC before the heating season is done, and you never turn on the heater before the sweater season is over.
I was tired of waking up sweaty as shit, and I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I had the windows open. I tried it. And I'm like, no, I'm turning the AC on. So I did, and now it's off. But yeah, I'm tired. I have my allergies are bad. I got the drainage galore, coughing up like a mother. Like your aunt who chain smokes 30 cigarettes in an hour. I'm coughing like that every night. It sucks, but it's part of my being. It's part of my existence, and also part of my existence is being a part. I guess are you and I we're like co-presidents of the Porch Pine Society, I'd say, right?
I'd say you're the sole. It's got to be one person at the top, and I'm just the right hand.
No, we're equals. We're the tip of the pyramid has enough space for two, and it's you and me.
Okay, we can do that, but I think that's going to lead to our downfall.
Every great empire has its fall, and right now we're rising to the top. So we'll worry about the downfall later in life.
Oh, I'm down for that. Sorry, I want to hear myself here.
Additional secret societies out there. There's a lot of them. There's the Illuminati probably being the most popular one, but I like these lesser known ones that are kind of rumored to be true. starting with the 9 unknown men. Now, this started long, long ago in ancient India. And we're talking about it, and the planes are flying. The spies are already.
I can't close the window. But this is very, very exclusive. This society. We're just gonna have to deal with the fact that it's gonna be loud on my end this time.
So ancient India, founded by Emperor Ashoka in 273 BC. That's a long time ago. 9 men guard secret knowledge too powerful for the public. Each holds a book of forbidden science. So one like how to manipulate gravity, one on biological warfare, which I feel like we know. A big one is time travel. Now, I don't know what all the other books are or how many books there are in total, but
think like alchemy, maybe necromancy, fountain of youth type stuff.
yeah, could be. They still go on. This secret society still exists, and they're guiding essentially global research and suppressing disruptive discoveries. So kind of like a Men in Black situation, if you will. The Men in Black could be a part of the 9 unknown men, because if you think about it, no one really knows. They're in black vehicles that are unmarked. They show up in very, their standard black attire. And when crazy shit goes down, something that somebody stumbles upon, they show up and they take care of it, and you don't remember it, or they convince you you're crazy. They take care of you in one way or another. So I have a feeling that they could be tied together.
They could be. I mean, I wouldn't put it past, especially if you go. I wonder if there were ancient Men in Black.
Yeah, maybe.
But they stood out really, really like a lot because nobody was wearing black robes back then.
Yeah, especially in India.
Yeah, it'd be really hot.
Yeah, it would be. It wouldn't be.
I think. To be honest, I've been looking at the world and realizing I know nothing about climate anywhere besides where I'm at. So
that's fine.
I think India has mountains and it's cold in places, and
do they?
It's got, yeah, I think so. I don't think it's just the it's not just what they show you on Seinfeld. Sorry about the chair. Like I said, just deal with it. It's going to be loud today.
I would like to know. I mean, I feel like we have plenty of information on biological warfare. We've seen it. So I think a lot of that information has gotten released.
Do you think the Ark of the Covenant is part of this information that they try and cover up and keep hidden?
Maybe.
Because it's supposed to be radioactive. It's supposed to be nuclear. Nuclear. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I would be most interested. So if you're looking for one of these books, I don't know where you search. Obviously, are they all in India? Are they across the world? I really don't have a ton of that information, but that's just like a glimpse at one of the secret societies.
How do you suppose that they pick an unknown man?
I don't know.
How do you know that they're not corruptible by human nature?
Do you think Neil deGrasse Tyson could be one of them? He knows
Maybe,
a lot about
yeah,
gravity.
but he's on too many daytime talk shows. I think maybe Aleister Crowley might have been in the running.
But he's on the talk shows as a deterrent.
Oh, you think he's giving misinformation?
Yeah. There's too much information being unveiled about the truth about gravity manipulation or time travel. So like, all right, smart man Neil, get out there and say the opposite. Disprove what they're saying or convince people that what you're saying is the facts. You've studied the science.
He's got 3 names, so I trust him.
Yeah, one of them being DeGrasse.
Yeah.
Drop your glasses, shake your DeGrasses. Get it?
I got it. I like it. I hope he used that at his wedding. Otherwise, he got the wrong DJ.
It should be on his card. This one I think is kind of in the same ilk, if you will. The Keepers of the Silence. They are a covert society that suppresses the truth rather than suppressing it. So they specialize in cleaning up, covering up.
You might need to go back there because I'm pretty sure you just said they specialize in suppressing the truth as opposed to suppressing it.
As opposed to spreading it.
There you go. Okay.
They specialize in cleaning up, covering up, and silencing individuals who stumble upon knowledge deemed too dangerous. So we're talking how to be immortal, alien technology, pre-human civilizations, and the nature of consciousness. The core beliefs of this group, some truths would destabilize society if revealed. Do you think that's real?
Yes.
You think if NASA has kind of come forward in the last year saying UFOs are real. It doesn't necessarily prove aliens are real, but there's just at times things in the sky that we cannot identify. We don't know. We don't have a log. We don't have.
Yeah, it could be Jim Bob from Mississippi that just is really smart and he created a flying machine.
Correct.
And he didn't radio into the tower.
Right.
To me, I think there are truths that would destabilize a society, and I think that they are large truths that probably have to do with anti-aging, potential time travel. Because if it was known that stuff was available to humans, then the lie that they tell us about how we need to live our lives in terms of production. That's what we are in our society, is we're means for producing so that somebody can get rich. Unless you want to try and get rich yourself, and in which case you need people to produce for you. That's all we are. If somebody were to tell you, hey, guess what? There's a way to be immortal, and you don't die and all this, or there's a cure for this, or there's free energy. There's nothing that it would destabilize us in the sense that if we found out that we didn't need to go to work every day because we didn't need all the shit that they tell us that we need. Which we need to buy, so we need money, but it also needs to be made. So it's like this a circle within a circle that keeps us kind of grinding away at a life that they've told us is the only way to live. If you find out that stuff isn't true, which I think we're kind of starting to find out a little bit, especially with people making their living online and stuff. It takes so much out of the idea of you go back to the 50s and the idea was you literally get a job, you try and move up in that company, you stay in that company. That's you're doing really well if you're on that playbook.
Mm-hmm.
But now people don't think that way anymore. Unfortunately, we think that we can get rich off of a Plinko casino app as opposed to working hard. But working hard won't get you rich. I mean, that's just not going to happen. Maybe that's a tangent. I don't know.
No, I agree. What burden of knowledge would you like to know?
Oh man, that's a good question. What do we have more options than that, or do I have to come up with?
I mean, whatever. I guess you think. I kind of think that the nature of consciousness would be interesting, but then it's like it really is a burden. Once you know, you have the information, and you can't change that. You can't forget.
You know
it.
what? Yeah, I think time travel would be the burden I'd want, because if I ever slipped up and told somebody, I could go back in time and stop myself from doing it. So it gives you an out. You can be like, if you're ever really stretching, like, I know how to do this. Oh crap! Hit the button and
all of a sudden
change it.
All of a sudden you're knocking on my door. Hit stop.
Yeah, exactly. I run in there and the mics would go down and it would just be.
Yeah, right. That'd be interesting. So
that's weird technical glitch.
Their core beliefs, like I said, destabilize society. The burden of knowledge belongs to the few, not the many. Silence is mercy. Forgetting is peace. I kind of like that. Forgetting is peace. I forget a lot of shit,
Yeah.
Rob. And I got to tell you, sometimes it's pretty peaceful when in the moment when you're like, oh, I have nothing to do today. No plans, no obligations. You forget everything that you planned. And then all of a sudden, for that 5-minute window, you feel really good. But then you get all the notifications of like, no, you idiot. You've double booked
You're late.
yourself.
Yeah.
You're late.
Yeah, exactly. You got triple things to do. Well,
Yeah.
that's the idea of ignorance is bliss. Not knowing is, that's why we're saying the burden of knowledge. But on the same, like having a short memory is a good thing, and that's like a guru mentality. Is if you can let things go and actually forget them and actually forgive the past.
Yeah.
Moving forward, you can address life as it should be addressed, which is in the moment, because there is no past or future. There isn't. There just isn't.
There is no
nothing's
was.
written.
There is no will be. There is only now.
Although I'm also definitely not the keeper of time travel, so I
Yeah.
I would definitely be telling you there is no past to go back to. So just stop looking into it. Just stop it, Drew.
If you were to search for proof of this society, anytime there's like there's symbols, a mouth sewn shut, stylized in ancient symbols, so you'll see that somewhere. Spiral shapes around the ears or tongue in old ruins, that's said to be their mark. Or you'll find black crystal fragments in certain erased crash sites or ancient temples. So a crash site, I'm thinking like Roswell. Or something like that would have these black crystals. They actually have a lot of tools, Rob, believe it or not, for these operations. Now, it's a pretty secret society, so I don't know how they find out these tools, but they have it. Acoustic suppressors, which just erase all sound, your memory, and even digital evidence. They have memory fogging protocols, techniques, technologies that help people forget key details of what they saw. This also sounds a little Men in Black-esque.
This I think they do know how to do what you're talking about in reality.
For sure. Absolutely. They have clean teams. So these are like task forces. They're small. They're not going to draw a lot of attention to themselves, and they work globally to intercept any whistleblower out there, and they dismantle cults. They get rid of hard drives. Allegedly, they might have something to do with the Vatican archives.
That's what I would if I could really have one wish. I wish that they would publish the Vatican archives and translate them. That seems like there's got to be a lot of stuff deep in there that I don't think it'll prove the existence of God. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, sorry. Yeah. In terms of clean teams, I mean, I can't believe I'm spacing on his name. It's going to drive me crazy now. There was the guy that worked at Area 51 or with the DO. I don't even know if it was at Area 51, but it was like near there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was reverse engineering the downed alien craft. He was like trying to reverse engineer the engine, which was called a reverse vortex engine. And he came out and kind of blew the whistle on what was going on and what he was working with, and the fact that these things are here and we're using their technology already. And like they legitimately they wiped his records from the Department of Defense. They wiped his records from the colleges that he went to. I think he was at MIT. He's like super smart dude. They wiped his entire employment history, and it is like it's a pretty well known story. I can't believe I can't remember the guy's name. Somebody out there knows, I'm sure, but they wiped him from my memory. What can I say?
Maybe it's already like that. Have you ever like forgotten like really big parts or real like information about critical or important events in your life? Maybe
I don't
traumatic?
remember. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of anything, to tell you the truth. Like if you ask me when something happened, I have no idea.
Yeah.
My brain does not work in terms of chronological order. It's keywords. I have a keyword search where somebody says something and it'll pop up some kind of a memory. But because it's a memory, and I'm not really calling on it myself, I have no idea of knowing if my memories are true or not. I don't think any of us do, really. We think that we've experienced these things, but that's because they're in our brain that we did. If you've ever remembered a dream, a vivid dream, as if it was reality, well, you didn't actually do that thing,
Here's,
but yet it's in your brain as a memory. So,
all right, I'm gonna put this to the test. All right, tell me when 9/11 happened.
okay, well, I know that one. That's you never forget that one. It's 2011, dude.
You could have just left it at never forget. You would have been a real American there, but now you went for the punchline, and you're,
Oh, you're talking about the first one.
oh God, yeah.
Let's talk about the show when the show came out.
Oh, who's in that? Isn't Rob Lowe in that?
I have no idea, but they've got 5 of them now.
Yeah, so no, it reminds me of that tragedy. Anyways, the next one, the pale hand. When the hand moves, history bends. So this is an eternal council that convenes every 88 years. Once every 88 years. And they make choices that subtly but profoundly influence how we evolve as a human species. They are not focused on world domination, but only on recalibrating reality itself, causing shifts in DNA, cultural zeitgeist, however you want to say it, inexplicable global trends. That's kind of what they do. So they are a pre-human race, or even a cosmic emissary. We only really know who they are through hints of ancient text and like the margins, especially on ones that are burned, banned, or lost. Okay, and
That's a good reference point. Burned texts.
Right. Yeah. So light a book on fire, and then you just might have some of that evidence. You never know. They are referred to in whispers in Sumerian tablets as those who gesture from the pale beyond. They undergo rituals where they strip themselves of color, identity, and ego to become pure observers. Is it like, what does that mean? They melt their bodies?
Are they invisible? That's my whole thing. You strip yourself of color, so that means what?
Yeah, they are like one of those invisibility cloaks from Harry Potter or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, you can't say white. Not in this day and age.
I don't know.
It's not lacking. That is.
Yeah, it could be. Their decision making is said to involve symbolic gestures performed in sacred locations. So this happens in caves, catacombs, or tundras. Do you think the frozen tundra? Green
I think
Bay?
so, yeah.
Oh,
Actually, I'm thinking now, I'm wondering if that movie Powder was about this.
Oh, yeah.
And I just didn't know. That was about a leap in human evolution, right? Or something? Somebody that had their hand and...
I have a distinct memory of that movie because I walked into a video store, and I think it was called like Video Biz. And back in the day, I remember
there was a Video Biz, wasn't there?
Right by McDonald's. I remember it so distinctly. I would walk in, and I'd go to the back corner, and up at the top right was Ghostbusters. I rented that movie all the time. I would always watch Ghostbusters. And then around and like towards like the front, I would always see the cover of Powder, never knowing what it was about, but I would always look at it and be like, oh, this seems Like, what the hell is this? I'm a dumb kid. And then I would get go rent a Goofy movie or some shit. Or I would look at the Sega games. But I saw the end of Powder. And he just gets struck by lightning and then he disappears. I have no idea what that's. Didn't he have superpowers and shit?
He had some yeah, it's been a long time. I do remember the end, he disappears, and I assumed it had to do with him it was about energy, if I remember correctly.
Maybe. I don't know. What's his name? Powder?
Man, we're going too deep into what the movie actually was because it's been too long, and it's it's a good movie and it's worth a rewatch, I think.
How do you know?
Because I remember it. Like I said, I don't remember a lot. So if it's in there somewhere, if there's a keyword search that pops it up in my database, then it's something worth remembering, either for a good reason so it's either really good or really bad, probably.
All right, fair enough.
Or average.
Can
you give me 2 seconds?
Yeah, you need to.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get the beer.
Oh, he's gonna get the beer.
I think I'm gonna get the beer. The Timbo Pills. I've already had it, but.
Yeah.
I think it might help make me feel a little bit less sticky and gross.
Okay, here you go. He peels himself out of the chair and he walks through the kitchen. One step forward, one step more forward. And then he goes into the freezer and he realizes, oh God, the beer has been in here for an extended period of time. I, in my decaying state, don't understand how time moves, and I realize now this beer has been in the freezer for much too long. It has frozen. Oh, I'm on my way back, making all the noise. You never notice how creaky the floor is until you're walking across it with a microphone in the room.
What'd I do?
Nothing. How's your beer?
I took a sip of it without being on the microphone. Is that what you were saying?
No. You'll have to find out.
God damn it. All right. Well, I didn't do anything weird. I just went and got the beer. It's not cold, so it's not great.
So your freezer's ineffective.
I moved it to the fridge when I decided not to bring it out because I didn't want it to explode in the freezer.
Fair enough.
Apparently it wouldn't have mattered because the bike ride home made it boil. But it is chilled.
That's
and
good.
It's still a good pills. It's still the best pills I've had. So,
I've heard Oxy's pretty good.
Oxy?
Yeah, you said it's the best pills you've ever had.
Oh, I was like, you threw me off with that one. That was a great. Damn, that was nice. That was good.
Back to the Pale Hand.
These are great names, by the way, for these secret societies. The 7 Unknown Men and the what was it? The Keepers of the Silence.
Keepers of Silence, and the Pale Hand. Yeah. They so what they've done? You ask? They've changed birth rates without explanation. They've made sudden shifts in human empathy and aggression. They've created generations obsessed with mushrooms, AI, and the apocalypse.
That's where we're at now.
I mean, I like AI, and I do think about the apocalypse. Like, I like mushroom Swiss burgers. Does that count?
Well, that's where I'm at on I think there's a mushroom loving is a spectrum. And we're on the mushroom Swiss burgers side of the spectrum, whereas there's other people that are on the full-blown psilocybin or whatever, But right now, mushrooms are a real big thing, and it's like fungus coffee and all that stuff. It's
yeah, that's
food.
true. Yeah, they sure are.
I'm thinking about doing this fungus coffee. I think the Pale Hand has a tug on my ear or something.
Yeah, you can thank them for this. So
if I could see him, but they are invisible. So
they operate on this rule: you will not know us, but you will feel what we choose. That sounds creepy.
That's very creepy. Yeah, that's.
I don't like that. They need a new slogan.
the name is good. The slogan, the log line needs a little work.
Yeah, they need to hire
You won't know us, but you will feel
oh,
us.
God. That's pretty creepy. Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
you won't see us, but this is gonna hurt.
Right. Oh, hold on. The child is here. I'm gonna put this on pause for a second.
It's time. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we are back.
I grew up in a household like that.
We are back. So yes, pale people, pale hands. Figure that tag.
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Go talk to the Seven Unknowns. They're a good marketing department. They'll help you out.
The last one that we're gonna take a glimpse at is the beneath. The surface is just the mask, they say. We live in the bones. So they're not just a secret society, they are a subterranean civilization that predates modern humanity. So they are way in deep under Earth's crust, far below the military bunkers, the deep underground military bases, and known cave systems. They were once surface dwellers, pushed underground by an ancient something power, and some claim that they were never human to begin with. So the beliefs of their culture, silence and vibration are sacred. They communicate through I don't know what that word is. Essentially frequencies, not speech. The sun is a deceiver. They see light as chaotic, preferring the stable pulse of the deep earth. And surface dwellers are unaware children. The beneath watch, guide, and occasionally intervene. So if you hear a strange humming sound around the globe, there's a good chance you're encountering somebody from the beneath. The hum. I guess you'll just kind of have to know. You'll be there and you'll know it.
I feel like Hellblade 2 got into that a little bit. If I remember correctly, they talk about the beneath, and it's like a unseen hand of or society that kind of can guide things in that game, which is very lore specific. And there's Native Americans have these crust dwelling creatures in their lore as well that were driven there by some threat in the air or some threat that drove them underground a long time ago. These things, I think there's a lot of societies that have that lore. The one thing that changes here is this idea that they somehow can guide the surface, or they're watching the surface. That's interesting.
If there's ever a disappearance in a national park near a cave system or a cave, there's a good chance it was because of the beneath. Deep sea divers who emerge pale and shaking, speaking of voices in the rock. And then there's pale humanoids with no eyes found in abandoned mines or tunnel systems, which is crazy. So these have they have some superpowers. It seems like they have bioluminescent technology grown from fungi and mineral-based computing. They use living architecture, structures grown, not structures that are built. They have dream probes that drift up through fault lines and influence the collective unconscious. Linked to the Shaver mystery, Hollow Earth theory, and missing people in the wilderness conspiracies. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, that one's an interesting one, because my first question is, when you go missing in a national park or whatever, and it's the
it's usually like somebody
the beneathers, whatever you want to call them. Are they welcome? Do you get welcomed into some kind of a fold, and then you get to see some unseen knowledge, or are you like tortured and it's not a good thing, and you're just disappeared, and it's not good for you?
Well, it seems like the pale humanoids with no eyes, they could have been ones that were taken into the beneath, shown the beneath. Maybe they couldn't fathom what they were seeing, and it was so intense that they removed their eyes and then just collapse. Or maybe those in the beneath kill them.
I was thinking maybe they remove the eyes because they're not needed down there. It's like an
Maybe.
initiation of you're not going back to the light.
Could be.
If you're in pitch darkness in the beneath, there's no other. It's the ultimate sacrifice of saying it's like a face tattoo. This ain't going away. I'm to take out my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see the frequency that's the vibrating on my the other filters that I have on my body or whatever. I would like to believe that that's what it is, although that sounds like a terrible, terrible initiation price to pay.
Yeah, that wouldn't be ideal.
Even if I can't see anything, I still would like to have I just don't like the idea of my eyes being taken out.
Yeah, I already can't see. Just take my glasses off. You don't need to
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You don't need to remove anything else. I don't know what you. I can't tell the police anything because I can't get any identifying features. If you had to choose one of the four that we talked about, which one would you want to either encounter or maybe even be recruited for?
Keepers of Silence.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
I think I'd like to be recruited for that one.
The cleanup crew.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you get to really know the truth about things, and you're manipulating data and all that stuff, but
you
at
can't
least you
tell
got
anybody.
some.
You can't tell
Yeah.
anybody.
If it comes to just encountering and maybe having some kind of an interaction with the beneath, sounds interesting to me.
I want to know which society has like intel on who's going to win all future Super Bowls so I can just win copious amounts of money.
That's not so secret. It's just like Vegas.
Kind of.
That's a manipulated data, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that the beneathers or the pale hand, they're like the refs. The beneathers are like the refs, and they use their whistles to manipulate
That's
reality.
true. I mean, and the light must be blinding for them. It must be a negative because they miss so many freaking penalties against specific teams.
It's because they don't have eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, clearly they don't have eyes. So that's just a glimpse of some of the many secret societies that are potentially still in operation right now. But really, the biggest secret society that we don't want it to be a secret. We want it to be more well known, more renowned. Is the Porcupine Society, society where we can get together, friends, family, Romans, countrymen, uniting over, well, the need for hydration and also the need to have the crisp refreshness of whatever blesses your glass, blesses your pint, blesses your flask, blesses your mug, whatever it may be. We drink it in unity. We look past our differences. We embrace our differences. We tell each other, hey, I got another one for you in the fridge when you're done with that one. And the cycle just keeps going on and on and on. And we're all just flowing in unity. We're all flowing with love. And occasionally we might be flowing with a little bit of a buzz depending on how many we've had. And you have to switch to a root beer. Maybe a carbonated water of sorts. Maybe a Kirkland water bottle. It doesn't matter because we don't discriminate. As long as you're not, what was it, Mormon, right?
Yeah, I think I was trying to figure that out. I think it's Mormon.
Jehovah's Witness too. They're towing a fine line as well.
Yeah, well, they can come in, but if they're on a thin wire.
Right. Like they can ring my doorbell, but then get off the porch and go on the lawn, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So really, this was just all a big recruitment opportunity for people to go to our merch store at linktr.ee/dudes with brews and buy a Porch Pint Society. Because at the Porch Pint Society, we want to beer leave.
Yeah, and we want to be known.
Right. Stop making this a secret. All right?
Yeah. I have a hat. I have a shirt. I wear it proudly.
I got a couple shirts. And we're like, right now, we're like those guys that like the hot chick or the attractive individual like has a thing for us and will smooch us when nobody else is looking. But then like when we try to talk to them in public in front of their friends, they go, get out of here. Don't shut up. What will it do to my image if they know that I'm locking lips with a peasant like you? Well, we're at that point right now. And I've been there before.
Yeah.
I'm
there on multiple levels.
Yeah. Not in this level though, Rob. We're equals.
No, me and you will be seen together soon.
I'll proudly kiss your freshly shaven but not really needed to be shaven upper lip.
It's funny that you said that because I'm like multiple days out of that.
No, you can't tell.
Not in this camera.
Yeah, blame the camera.
It's the camera. Yeah, I mean, anything else? Is that? I mean,
no, that's really all I got. Just look at the societies. I'm tired. I ran a half marathon on Sunday. My legs are still sore. This is the second.
Hey, how would you like to have somebody on? A friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He just won a 33-mile ultra marathon. What do they call those?
33-mile wouldn't be an ultra, but it'd be like a 50K or something like that.
I don't know. I'm not a runner, but he's a runner. You're a runner. He just won this 33-mile endeavor.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
He's also a very good skateboarder, very funny dude, very good climber.
There we go. Athletic man.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. But I am still tired from that. Got a master's degree last Saturday too.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Oh yeah.
It's your second time. How often do I have to keep track of this?
I don't know.
I mean, when you get to 6, I'm not even gonna acknowledge it.
No, I would never get to 6. I don't know what other things I need to study. Should I go for my doctorate, Rob?
Sure.
I don't want to. That's a lot of work.
What has your masterate gotten you?
It's a good question.
It's a lot of silence.
Yeah. I don't know. The first one got me where I'm at now, and hopefully the second one is getting me to where I want to be.
Supposed to prove that you're willing to go the distance and work for what you want, right? Employers should look at that alone as something to be, to try and bring aboard.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting here getting 2 master's degrees. Me, I spent the whole week trying to come up with a bit about why closet doors are stupid. And I'm not wrong. Think about it. If you can come in my room, but you can't see in the little room inside my room, you're coming to my bed where you get to see all my shameful whatever, but that closet, we're giving up 3/4 of an inch of space. That's a lot out here.
The closet can really hold a lot of secrets though, Rob. Metaphorically and literally.
I'm an open person. I don't think we should be. If you get to pass, if I can't trust you with what's in my closet, you don't get to come in my bedroom.
All right. Fair enough. But what if you're just giving somebody a tour of the house, and then you put all the dirty stuff in your closet for the time being because you didn't have enough time?
You shouldn't be. You know what? You shouldn't be in my house if you can't see what's in my closet.
Well, what if there's someone in your closet that you didn't even know was in there? Well, I guess that's
someone or something.
Both. I guess that's why you wouldn't have a door.
Yeah, and I have a theory that skeletons in the closet was that's a phrase made up by Big Door. The skeletons in the closet. You got to hide them with a door. So buy another door. It's all about making money.
How often are you
They
buying
just want
closet doors?
I put in a lot of closet. I was putting up a closet door at work, and I was like, "This is stupid.
Is that
Why do we
easy
even
to
have
do?
these stupid things?" It's not fun to do. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of measuring because you have to cut where the hinges go, and they have to fit so that the door fits in the frame properly, and then you have to drill the holes so that the latch goes into the latch hole properly. And sometimes it's frustrating, and you start thinking, yeah, this is Menards wants to sell more doors. That's why they put doors on closets.
Shouldn't
Why not an accordion flap? Why not a shade?
Shouldn't just all doors be the same size?
You would think that, right? But they can't be, because sometimes you need to put a 36-inch door you can get a couch through. They don't want you putting a couch in your bedroom. Don't tell me why. It's probably because the bed companies lobbied for a smaller door so that you can't sleep on the couch in your bedroom. Now you got to buy a bed and a couch.
Did I tell you that I couldn't get my new couch into my house because of the door?
You did not tell me that.
36 inches. That's how wide it was. And I had the people came to deliver. I got a couch, a love seat, and a recliner. Recliner fit, no problem. Love seat, no problem. But here comes the couch, and the delivery people, they're kind of dicks. They tried it for like 10 seconds. They're like, oh yeah, can't get it in. So they put it in my garage on a piece of cardboard. And then I had to take the door off and do all that kind of stuff. We got it in, but we had a 1/16 of an inch to work with. And it was a horrible experience. But it's in here. And it's probably in here forever.
Yeah, you can cut that into pieces when you want to.
You can't assemble it back.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you want a new couch, because you have animals, they're going to destroy it. They did the last one, didn't they?
The animals don't go on the furniture anymore.
Again?
No, for real this time.
For real this time. This is for a forever rule.
Yeah. They're not on it right
Okay.
now. They're on their beds.
Well, good for you for training them.
Yeah. Horrible mistake ever getting a dog. But yeah, I drink.
Well, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm just saying having a double master's degree is better than having your thought process be clogged up with dumb closet door humor.
I don't think
for
it is.
Weeks.
I don't think it is. We're the same, Rob. We're equal. We're together.
Yeah.
We're together in this journey called Dudes with Brews on a Porch. I drink Penelope Bourbon, Valencia. I got a little more sipping to do, but I enjoyed it. It's delicious. It's got that good citrus little vibe to it. So if you can get your hands on some, I would recommend you do that. Penelope is one of my favorite bourbons of all time. Look for the bottle with the big P on it. Something I've never been able to say before. The big P.
That should be their logo.
It's a big P.
It beats you won't see us, but you'll feel us. Gross.
God bless.
Yeah. I drank the half of a Timbo Pils that was just below lukewarm. It's a great beer. I've done it a couple times on this show, so I'm not going to get into it. I feel so gross from biking home and not showering after work yet, but it's not making me feel less gross, but it's making me feel better about feeling gross. Does that make sense?
That's improvement. It's progress.
Yeah.
Well, how about you go take a shower and make sure you get behind your ears. It's a place that, the pale white.
It's a big area.
Yeah. So
Thanks for pointing it out. Not self-conscious about that at all.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but
Yeah, because I'm wearing headphones.
you're right. All right. Toodaloo.
Late.